The official Milwaukee City Christmas tree will be harvested in just a few minutes.
Let's take a live look. This is a scene at 63rd and Euclid. That's a 35-foot Colorado blue spruce. It'll be harvested from the Sullivan family yard at about 6:30 this morning. The mayor, the county executive on hand as crews bring down that tree. The tree will be officially lit then in Red Arrow Park on November 17th.
And we're hoping that all goes well this year, unlike my live shot a few years ago when the top portion of the tree snapped live on the air while they were loading it on the truck. You'll remember, though, they did repair it with a metal rod, and it looked absolutely beautiful just in time for the holiday season.
I love how everyone just kind of looks at it and says, what?
What are we supposed to do now? It was awesome. The official Milwaukee City County Christmas tree being harvested right now.
Let's take a live look. This is the scene, 63rd and Euclid. A 35-foot Colorado blue spruce will be cut down this morning from the Sullivan family's front yard. The mayor and the county executive are on hand as crews bring that tree down. You can see crews working on it, getting it prepared. It will then be officially lit in Red Arrow Park on November 17th. And this is always a big day in the neighborhood, right, Dan? You covered this for a couple of years. Everybody around comes out to check out what's going on.
It is such an honor, and typically, and every time I've covered it anyway, this is such a big deal for the homeowners that they invite their family and friends in addition to all the neighbors, and they come out and have coffee and treats and donuts and things like that. I mean, it really is a big to-do in that neighborhood, and it's such an honor to have them pick your tree. So congratulations to that family, and what a gorgeous looking tree.
They're firing up the chainsaws. You know, you could call it the first holiday party of the year, perhaps, as they get things going here. The Sullivans, apparently Diana Sullivan, said that her coworkers encouraged her to put the tree on the list, and it's been on the list for 2 years. So they've been trying for a couple of years to be the tree, and in 2011 they get to be the tree, a 35-foot Colorado blue spruce. And let's hope that things go safely and smoothly, as pretty much it has been, except for what was that 2008 when the top broke off as it was being carted on the flatbed.
Yeah, so many of us will never forget that picture of the top snapping off, and they did eventually put a rod through it and make it beautiful again. However, things have gone smoothly since then, and we certainly hope for the same result here. And it is quite a process. I mean, these crews work diligently to make sure that everything is done correctly, and they move very slowly in these cases because they don't want the same thing happening. So, of course, it's going to be, I imagine, a smooth transition here, and ultimately a beautiful tree in Red Arrow Park for the city and the county and everybody to enjoy.
And they really make an event out of it, too, getting transported down to Red Arrow Park, which, of course, is in downtown Milwaukee.
It has a police escort.
Yep. That's right, because this isn't just any ordinary tree. It's the city-county Christmas tree. They want to make sure it gets there safely. And plus, when you're talking about a tree that size, it obviously can be a traffic issue as well. So they want to make it safe and as well as an event. And it looks like they're getting pretty close to getting that tree down. You hear the fellows all hollering down there.
Well, what's going to happen now is you see these ropes. There are a couple of ropes all around it, and then there's actually kind of like a picker-looking thing up on top. So they actually kind of really slowly and gently lay it on the flatbed after they've really removed it from its root. So it really is a really cool. See, that's that thing that I was talking about on the top, and it kind of just hangs, and then they like sort of guide it to the flatbed, and then they lay it gently on the flatbed, and then they cart it away.
You know, for these folks who have Christmas trees at home, you would think that's probably no big deal after the job they have to do every year, right?
Seriously, but look at that. They're always it's always such an awesome sight to see, because they know exactly what they're doing, and we're kind of all standing, especially those of people who saw the 2008 incident. This moment in time when this happens, you're always standing at the edge of your seat going, it's not going to snap off, right? It's not going to snap off. It's going to be fine. So this is always the best part, when it slowly moves on to that flatbed.
Well, and I also love the perspective, too, because, I mean, look at the people around that tree. You can see just how gigantic that tree is. You think 35-foot spruce, okay, that's pretty big, but then in comparison to everybody else around, it gives you a perspective on just the sheer size of the tree, I mean, in height and width.
Yeah, it really is beautiful. And you know, it's probably a good thing that they waited a couple years before they were chosen, because honestly, this tree is just mature and beautiful looking, full branches. You couldn't have asked for a more glorious looking tree, and it's going to be on display for everybody to see. It's always interesting because families tend to have different views on what they plan on doing with that space, because keep in mind that tree has been in that front lawn for years, and typically they've got terrific stories about who planted that first tree or whether or not they were there for the first planting and watched this thing grow. And a lot of times people say, you know, we may plant another one, we may not. So the decision on whether or not to start over again is always a neat one, and every family has got their own thoughts on what they want to do, you know?
Well, the Sullivans say that they used to love to watch birds in that tree. That's what that tree brought to their family, the joy of watching birds come and visit. But they knew that they would have to remove it eventually because apparently the roots just taking over their yard. So they donated it to the city and county tree. We want to watch it get on a flatbed here just to make sure all goes smoothly. You just never know after what happened a couple years ago.
It's always interesting when the families then, after it's all decorated and lit up, go back to Red Arrow Park to check it out because, like I said, all these years it's been in their front yard, and now it's in front of everyone to enjoy. It really is such an honor to be chosen to have your tree displayed for the entire city and county to enjoy.
Well, the lighting tree ceremony is coming up on November 17th at Red Arrow Park for families who make that an annual event. They will flip the switch at 5:15 if you want to mark that on your calendar. And of course, then it will stay up at Red Arrow Park for the entire holiday season for all the thousands of people who make it down there for coffee or to go ice skating on a beautiful winter afternoon. It really gets the holidays off to a gorgeous start. So Diana Sullivan, congratulations, as your tree halfway there.
And I remember, you know, another thing we should point out is that it's really nice outside this year. I remember in years prior we've had one year where it was raining and people just didn't come out. You know, they all stayed inside and watched from inside. Another year where it's really cold. So this is a perfect time, and that's why probably all the neighbors are able to enjoy it and come outside and hang out and watch this all happen. So I'm really glad that it's 40 degrees as opposed to like 40 below, so that everybody can be outside enjoying this whole process, because it is a nice thing to be a part of.
Well, and you just look at Scottsdale's forecast for the week. I mean, today is the best day of the entire week, so it is a gorgeous morning and kind of perfect fall, October. Oh, it's November.
Yeah.
Fall, November day to certainly enjoy the process of the tree being harvested.
Here's the lowering very gradually and slowly and delicately onto that flatbed truck. They do that on purpose to make sure that everything stays in the shape that it is originally plucked at. So once it gets on that flatbed, they sort of strap it down, and when they eventually get it to Red Arrow Park, they open it back up and fluff it a little bit. It's actually really kind of neat to see it when it's finally there. It is going to be a long haul. This is 63rd and Euclid, so they've got a long way to go. They do have a police escort, but once they get there, and them lifting it and kind of fluffing it and putting it in its place is a neat process as well. But so they do this very delicately for a reason, because they want to make sure that it ultimately will stay in that shape that they've plucked it in. So
as delicate as you can be with a 35-foot tree, right? I love this story from Diana Sullivan about how they would tell people to find their house. They used to say, turn on 63rd and Euclid, go west, and stop at the house with the huge tree in the yard. Well, now they're going to have to come up with some other way to tell people, you know, how to get to their house because the tree will be gone.
In the yard that has no tree attached to it.
Right. Okay, it looks like they're getting there, slowly but surely, as they lay that tree down on the flatbed, hoping for no problems, if you will.
And crews always, it's so funny because you think it's such an easy job, but actually these crews work really hard to make sure that this all goes smoothly. And there are so many crews that are there that do this, and everybody's just in such a good mood. It's one of the most favorite stories that I do every year. Everybody's so happy when this is taking place. It just puts everybody in the holiday spirit. And I know it's, you know, beginning of November, but still, you know, it just puts you in that spirit and gets you ready for the holiday season.
Well, I think anybody at home who thinks about putting up their own Christmas tree, you know, whatever size it is, it can be a challenge. So to have to do this, I mean, it can be hard. I know our tree, I just leave that to the husband. All right, so it looks like it's been a success. The city-county Christmas tree at 63rd and Euclid. Congratulations to the Sullivan family, and thank you for your donation to the community. We'll be right back.
New here at noon, it's a yearly tradition, the harvesting of the city-county Christmas tree here in Milwaukee. And this morning, we caught up with the family whose tree will grace Red Arrow Park. A very special morning. for a very special tree and a very special family.
It was pretty exciting seeing the tree go.
This is the Sullivan family. Their tree is the 98th Milwaukee City-County Christmas tree, harvested this morning.
The Sullivan family has been trying for 3 years to have this tree taken as a gift to the city of Milwaukee.
With local officials on hand, the Sullivans watched their large Colorado blue spruce get cut down, hoisted up, and gently placed onto a flatbed truck.
We'll see our house in a completely different way.
The tree was then escorted from Milwaukee's southwest side to Red Arrow Park downtown, where it will live happily ever after, lit up and decorated for all to enjoy over the holiday season.
That'll make us very happy and excited to be a part of that event.
The Sullivans will be back to visit their tree for the official lighting ceremony. That takes place next Thursday night, November 17th at Red Arrow Park. They will help flip that switch at 5:15.
Well, it is an annual tradition. The city-county Christmas tree was cut down today.
And we talked to a family who donated that tree. The Sullivan family's 35-foot Colorado blue spruce was cut down and carefully taken from Milwaukee's southwest side to Red Arrow Park downtown. It's going to be decorated and lit up, and everyone will be able to enjoy it. That's a gorgeous tree.
It was pretty exciting seeing the tree go.
The Sullivan family has been trying for 3 years to have this tree taken as a gift to the city of Milwaukee.
And finally they did it. The lighting ceremony will be held next Thursday, November 17th at Red Arrow Park. The Sullivans will help flip the switch at 5:15.
That is a spectacular-looking tree.
Big.
Gorgeous.
Milwaukee City and county leaders are starting the holiday celebrations. The tree that will light up Red Arrow Park is on its way there. Mayor Tom Barrett was among those in attendance as crews cut down a tree this morning for the holiday decorations, and there it goes. The tree has been growing in front of a family home on West Euclid Avenue. It will be decorated and lit November 17th. It's a big one, too.
All right, so there's no snow yet, and you probably have not shopped for a single gift, unless you're Mary. But Milwaukee City and county leaders are starting the holiday celebrations.
Today they helped cut down the tree that will be on display at Red Arrow Park. Fox 6's Angelica Duria spoke to the Sullivan family who donated the beautiful blue spruce.
I think it's a rather gorgeous tree.
For the 98th straight year, Milwaukee City and county crews are chopping down their choice centerpiece of holiday decor.
Well, we have a perfect morning to cut down our city Christmas tree this year. We're very, very excited about it.
This 35-foot Colorado blue spruce has been growing in front of the Sullivan family's Southside home near 63rd and Euclid. And on Monday morning, their front yard focal piece was taken for good.
We had a perfect site from my son's bedroom to bird watch, and we no longer will have that.
The Sullivan's tree was picked from more than 100 applicants. It's been on the donor list for 2 years. And although owner Diana Sullivan admits it'll be missed, she's glad it's now a part of something bigger.
It's very exciting to be a part of this and to be able to share our beautiful tree with the whole city.
With the help of a crane, the giant tree was turned on its side to be ready for transport. But before it was hauled away, the Sullivans made sure they took one final picture in front of it.
We enjoyed the birds, the cardinals, we had finches.
And within an hour, the city and county's new Christmas tree made its way to downtown. Now standing upright at Red Arrow Park for the public to see. On Saturday, crews will be busy stringing the lights on this tree in order for it to be all decked out for the annual lighting ceremony next Thursday night. At Red Arrow Park, Angelica Duria, Fox 6 News.
Oh, we look forward to that. Well, the Sullivan family will help Mayor Tom Barrett and County Executive Chris Abele flip the switch during the tree lighting ceremony. It'll be held, as Angelica mentioned, next Thursday the 17th. The tree will be lit up at 5:15 p.m.
Milwaukee City County Christmas tree is standing in Red Arrow Park tonight. The city forestry crew harvested the 35-foot Colorado spruce early this morning. The Sullivan family donated the tree. The family says the tree was overtaking their front yard at 63rd and Euclid, and the roots were expanding underneath.
It was exciting to see the tree be used for such a great event, but at the same time it's sad, and we'll see our house in a completely different way.
About that. Well, the Sullivans will be at Red Arrow Park next Thursday, November 17th, for the official tree lighting.
Milwaukee prides itself on never having to venture out of town for a tree to decorate and display in Red Arrow Park every Christmas. Now, it looks like the South Side is developing quite the reputation for always providing the best submissions.
I donated it 2 years ago, and every year just kind of like hoping that they would pick it, see everything, and be a part of it.
It was hard to tell who was more excited, Diana Sullivan or her kids, as city crews came to survey their Colorado blue spruce.
Because it is so gorgeous, and to be part of everything would have been awesome.
It's always been a dream for Diana to flip the switch on the Christmas tree that will illuminate downtown's Red Arrow Park for Christmas. The Sullivans, who have lived here near 63rd and Euclid for 4 years, say they have no idea how long the tree's been here. Crews measured it at some 40 feet. They'll have to trim off the top, but that's more than enough to meet the city requirement of 35 feet tall.
Perfect morning to cut down our city Christmas tree this year. And this is always a fun part of the year and a great community event here to have a citizen in the city of Milwaukee donate a tree to be our Christmas holiday tree.
The Sullivans admit they did get a little misty-eyed.
It's a little bit of a shock not seeing that huge tree cover most of our house.
But it was a thrill to have your picture taken with the mayor. And Alderman Joe Dutzik likes to remind us all, this is the 5th tree from the 11th district in the past 10 years.
Okay, somebody ready to catch this one?
And now the tree that the Sullivans called their own belongs to the entire city in its rightful spot at Red Arrow Park, awaiting the official lighting. Good job by crews, huh? Now, the big ceremony is Thursday night, November 17th at 5:15. Everyone's invited. The Sullivans, I have a feeling, will be easy to spot. They'll be beaming with pride.
All right, now we go to Red Arrow Park.
That's right. They're getting ready to light up the tree here in about 15 seconds. It's scheduled to be lit up. All bets are off, of course, if that's going to go up on time. But it looks as though we have some speakers at the podium, and Jenna Sachs is standing by live.
Well, it probably will go off at 5:15 because it never has gone on time. But now that I publicly say I'm popping for dinner for the crew, if it goes off at 5:15, somebody's going to get the train running on time down there.
Right.
So we'll see. It's now 5:15 and 10 seconds by our clock here. So I am 45 seconds away from a safe bet. So I don't know who's talking there, but I hope they go on and on and on.
I sure do. It sounds like they're going to do a 10 countdown. There we go. Uh-oh. Guess what, guys?
5,
Tree's not lit yet. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Let it go.
Oh, beautiful. The tree is lit. The festivities can begin. That's right. And guess what, Vince? Ted's buying dinner.
Let's be clear about something. I'm not buying dinner for you people. I'm buying dinner for our crew down at Red Arrow Park.
That includes anybody
and that's
watching.
It. And it's one bowl of real chili, and that's it.
Oh, now all of a sudden.
Let's just. All right.
Nobody wants to put parameters on it.
I don't. It's the holidays.
Oh, I love it.
The holidays just started, guys.
Oh.
Let's
take a
make
moment,
a holiday resolution to get off Ted's back, shall we?
Isn't it beautiful, though? Perfect night. It's a little bit crisp, but it just adds to the ambiance down there as we're ready to kick off the holidays.
Yes.
Right now, we're going to go live to Red Arrow Park in downtown Milwaukee. We are just seconds away from the lighting of the Milwaukee City County Christmas tree.
And there it is.
All right.
Yay, beautiful. Oh, it's been fun. There are hundreds of people out there enjoying the festivities. This officially kicks off the Christmas season in Milwaukee.
This was donated by a family on Milwaukee's South Side, and they got to help flip the switch along with the mayor and the county executive just moments ago.
A beautiful tree from the Sullivan family. We'll take a break and be right back.
All right, we can say it. It's officially kicked off the holiday season.
The Holiday Lights Festival kicks off tonight. We have a live picture from News Chopper 12 where the city county tree was just lit moments ago. 12 News' Patrick Palantoni and Portia Young are live at Pierre Marquette Park where the lights were just turned on.
You're looking like an elf.
Are you nice and warm and toasty out there? Please say yes.
Yeah. Yes. I said I haven't felt like this since the Super Bowl. Yes, it wouldn't be the holidays without the Holiday Light Festival. And there's going to be a lucky family, Patrick, that gets to flip the switch. And they were chosen because of us.
Right. Part of the You Local campaign. They'll be up there on the stage. You might hear some of the Christmas music going on back there right now. They have a fashion show lined up today. They have a house band ready to perform. Santa, we saw Santa milling about in the crowd here, and also another special guest tonight.
I know. Mickey Mouse himself is going to be here to help with the festivities. So we can't wait. And that special family, you'll see them flip the switch. And thank you for everybody who sends in all those photos to you local on WISN.com, making it a really festive and fun place to go on the web. So yeah, they were chosen, and they're going to do the big honors with Mickey, Santa, county executive, and the mayor.
And we're waiting for the county executive, the mayor, and the crowds of people to make their way from Red Arrow Park across the river over here to Pierre Marquette Park. Then the lights will turn on a little over an hour from now, and then you'll be able to see the tens of thousands of lights around the city for the next month and a half.
Yes, this is the magical time of year, and we're just happy to be a part of it, Toya and Kathy.
And Portia, I believe you probably started a riot at my house because the sound of Mickey Mouse there live.
Mouse is in the house.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Let it go.
They flipped the switch on the city-county Christmas tree in Red Arrow Park tonight. A 35-foot-tall Colorado blue spruce donated by the Sullivan family of Milwaukee's South Side. And there was a chill in the air tonight that felt like Christmas.